Hi everybody, this is Tony with some more thoughts. I'm going to be talking some more about what I've been talking about the last few videos, mostly about how the right decides that they really want to ignore everything you have to say and make up their own crap and put it in your mouth, called willful ignorance, and how they're continuing to do that over and over again. Today I'm going to talk about defund the police. I'm talking about it mostly because I'm really getting pissed off. I'm really getting pissed off because I'm tired of people just not paying attention and not listening and being too scared to just actually do the work. And now we're going to get into a place where the people on the left are all scared of it all. And they're just going to run away. And they're not going to do anything. That's what I see happening. And it's making me mad. It's making me very mad. Because I think it's a fabulous idea. I think it's what we really need to do. I think it could change the world. And we're just going to let a bunch of scaredy cats, to use kind words, screw it up. And it goes right up about as high as it goes. The highest left person right now would be Biden. And Biden's running scared about it too. And it's just making me really angry. So most of what I say today has been said by others over and over again, and better. And that's part of what's making me so angry. Seth Meyers has talked about it several times on his show. And he says it brilliantly. He says it way better than I ever could. Noah's show has done the same. He's done tremendous, Trevor Noah has done tremendous work talking about this and had people, very important people on talking about it. You know, we just really need to listen and shut up, basically, and then figure out how to do the work and make it happen. So to start with the term defund the police. If you're scared of that term, you're not paying attention because it doesn't mean what you think it means. Even abolish the police, which is also going around a lot right now, doesn't mean what you think it means. So instead of getting all scared about it or getting all worried that somebody else is going to get scared about it and they're going to not work on it with you, listen and do something about it. Defund the police very simply means take the funds that are in the police budget and put them where they belong. Pull them from policing, because it's not, most of those budget items don't go towards policing. Pull them out of policing and put them where they belong. Domestic violence is better handled by someone other than the police. Just is better handled by a social worker. Okay. Mental care issues, suicide issues, are better handled by mental health professionals, not by the police. That's not policing. That's not what they're supposed to do. We already do it a little bit. Traffic tickets are not done by regular police. It's a special police function that's separated out with a separate budget from the police budget that does traffic tickets. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's easy. The police have been begging for this for years. They've constantly been telling us, especially the last few years, constantly telling us, hey, we're doing too much. We can't do it all. We can't do all the things you're asking us to do. It's too much. We're spending almost all of our time doing all these other things and no time policing. We can't help crime get better if we're out there trying to deal with homelessness. If we're out there kicking homeless people out of the park, someone else is robbing cars 3 blocks away, we can't handle it. We can't do it. The police are asking for this. Now, if you go up to a policeman and say, well, what do you think of defund the police? They're going to do the same thing that you all are doing, which is sit there and say, oh, defund the police. We can't handle it if we don't have any police. What are we going to do? If you take all the funds away from the police, what are we going to do? wake up. The police can't do the job they're asked to do now. So if we pull those jobs away from them and hand them to people who can handle them, can do them properly, then the police can concentrate on what they're supposed to do. And their budget won't nearly be as big. They don't need that kind of money for just the policing budget. And then on top of it, if we do the smart thing and pull away the money from the budget that's for things like tanks and flashbangs and all those things that they don't need, shouldn't have. That's not what policing is about. Then we could really go somewhere. The police could actually be something that we need. In fact, the abolish the police, the idea is that you just strip the whole thing out and start from scratch. And by the way, if I say anything in here that is not correct, I'm no expert. I don't know everything on this. I've been listening intently to what people have been saying and trying to understand it and trying to get my head around it and trying to figure out how I can do more to help. But I don't know that I have it all right. So if I have something wrong, tell me. Tell me about it. But anyway, abolish the police is the idea of, hey, the cops are set up right now to do the wrong job. Even their policing job is the wrong job. They're out there as enforcers. Their job should be, as is printed on every single badge and every single car and every single one of them has it printed on there, protect and serve. Right? They're supposed to protect us and serve the community. Instead, they're going around beating people up for infractions, killing people for less than infractions, killing an unarmed 12-year-old, hopefully I'm remembering the age right, 12-year-old, because he had an airsoft rifle. And yet, they can take down a 40-year-old man with an AK-47 or an AK, whatever. Take them down without harming them in any way, and get them in custody with no problem. And yet, a 12-year-old with an airsoft rifle, they have to shoot. That's not the policing we need. We need to change that now. All right, we just need to do it, and we need to do it now. And the best way to do that is to get the money out from under them. And the biggest problem with doing that right now is going to be, I think, the unions, because they're their biggest hurdle. Is the unions saying, nope, you can't get rid of that cop. I don't care if he shot somebody. He's on the force. We're sticking him on there and we're keeping him there. I don't care. That's what the unions are doing. I'm pro-union. I'm not pro-cop union. I'm not happy with the cop unions at all. I think they are making the problem worse every hour that they're in power. So, this is not stuff that you haven't heard. If it is stuff you haven't heard, then I want you to look up some resources. I'll see what I can do and put in the comments and stuff, put in the thing to put some resources in there. But you can do the work. I mean, there's lots of info out there about this. And defunding the police. I mean, all defunding the police means is taking the burden off the police for stuff that they don't need to do anymore. And, Biden. I just saw Biden tonight. God, it made me mad. It made me so mad. Biden walks around saying, well, I'm not for defunding the police. No, I'm not for defunding the police. And then 2 seconds later he says, yeah, I think we should, move some of the jobs that the police have out to other places and, do stuff, with more appropriate people who can handle the job. That's defunding the police, Biden. You got to wake up, Joe. You're saying the same thing. Actually, he knows it is. He knows it is. Because he's afraid that other people are not going to like the defund the police line. So if he says he's for defunding the police, there are people who are going to run around all scared again. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that a couple of words can put people in such fear and disable their ability to think around it when people talk to them about it. I just read a bunch of posts from left-leaning people talking about, oh, we should change the slogan, change the slogan, change the slogan. People don't like this slogan, so we could change it. No. You command the slogan. You command the dialogue. You don't let them command it. And when they start being stupid about it and start saying stupid things, you just correct them. Say, no, that's not what it means. It means this. And you tell them again and again and again. You just keep doing it. But changing the slogan because you think they're going to be all weird about it, that's not how it works. As I believe Seth Meyers said, you don't. Actually, Seth Meyers was quoting somebody else when he said it, and I can't remember who he was quoting. But the basic gist was that you don't. Oh, it was AOC. AOC's the one who said it. He quoted her, and she said basically that you just don't let slogans run it. You run it. Slogans aren't there to make you comfortable. Slogans aren't there to make them comfortable. Protesting isn't there to make you comfortable. All the anti-protesting thing that's going on is always about, oh, they're making it inconvenient for people. That's the point. The point is to make it inconvenient and uncomfortable. They're doing their job. So that's kind of what I have to say today. I'm just really, I'm tired of people on both sides giving up their brain power based on reframing a slogan that isn't even theirs. Don't reframe the slogan. Keep it, understand it, look it up, read on it, and do something about it. We need to have police departments that serve us, not attack us. And it's going to start, hopefully, in Portland. Because nobody is being served by the military police that are in there. They're not military police, but they're basically militarized police. Nobody is being served by them. And they're lying to all of us. Lying through their teeth. Telling us that they're there to take care of these buildings when they're going out, I don't know how far away from those buildings and beating people and arresting people who have nothing to do with anything. I've heard eyewitness accounts of someone who was taken in one of those unmarked vans and driven away, and they asked them, are you willing to give up your Miranda rights? Really? A cop asking you if you're willing to give up your Miranda rights? If you're willing to waive your Miranda rights? And when he said no, they let him go. What's that about? It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening. And we should stop it from happening in the future. And the way to do that is to defund the police. Go in there with a non-police group. There can be police on the committee. You can have some police on the committee, of course, but predominantly non-police on the committee so that they have some control over it and they don't get run over by the police doing it. And they just pull it apart, roll by roll. Mental health, we'll put them over here. Domestic violence, we'll put them over there. Oh, and this is the other thing that pissed me off about Biden. Biden, being thick-headed as he always is, sits there and says, my daughter is a social worker, blah, 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 blah. And I wouldn't imagine her going into one of those situations untrained and trying to take care of it. That would be awful. That'd be perfect. We can't do that. We can't have untrained people going in there who, we got to have a police person with them. Joe, you train them. You hire social workers and you train them to handle violent events. You train them. Just like you train the police, only you, instead of training them to be police enforcers, law enforcers, you train them to de-escalate a domestic violence situation. And instead of arming them to the teeth with huge guns, you give them appropriate defense weapons to keep themselves safe and train them. It's not hard. Nobody is saying send a bunch of social workers fresh out of school directly into harm's way and without any training. Nobody's saying that. And the money is all there. You look at the budgets for these police departments. There's money for all of this. I mean, don't fool yourselves. When the money of a huge city, the budget of a huge city is half taken over by the police force, there's money there. There's plenty of money there. Anyway, very frustrated, very angry. Especially watching what's going down in Portland. I'm just horrified. I'm hopeful that the laws that we have in the books are going to be enough to stop what's going on in Portland and stop it from happening in Chicago and Philadelphia and San Francisco eventually, etc. I'm hoping. You can help. There are ways to help. You can donate things. You can donate money. Get a hold of the people you know in Portland and see what you can do to help them right away. Do it now. You can afford $10. And not $10 doesn't sound like a lot, but you can afford it, and they will be so thankful for that $10. It means a huge amount. All right, that's what I have to say. Sooner or later, I'll get to some subjects other than the political hell that's been going on. But for now, good night, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care.